Today I took 4 trades, 3 losers, and 1 break even. And pretty much on the same setup. So these are basically the 2 same entries, and then these 2 I tried when he came back later on to VAH, and did not work out. Eventually it worked out though. Right after I stopped out of this one, it proceeded to work out. So great, second day in a row where plan works out and I'm not part of it. So yesterday there was a sell-off, but it was a little bit of a recovery. But value area was still under. So it was a lower relationship. So were the CPR and cams were overlapping lower. But it did form a demand zone yesterday, and it was rallying overnight, and it was opening above value area and also yesterday's range. So my main plan today was to long this area or long this area, because that's the high volume ledge and CPR and also POC, or value area high and yesterday high. I don't particularly want to short, but H3 was, I guess, an area of short. But I wanted to long more than I wanted to short because it was an open, bullish open. But if it did come up to H4 and the supply or R1, I wanted to think about shorts over here. So my thesis worked out eventually. It came right down to value high right at the open, and then started rallying. Where I took my first 2 trades here, I tried to take a continuation into R1 because that was my thesis. It would rally into R1 and then to H4, which is the supply here. So that was my thesis. It didn't quite get there. Got to 2R, but 2.3R, but came back down. So stopped out of this one at break even, and then came all the way back down to value area high. And then I tried to take it long here again. I thought I saw good confirmations, but that didn't happen. And then after I got stopped out, I rallied up all the way to H3 first, and then R1, and then maybe higher later on. We'll see. But seems like my thesis was spot on, just didn't happen the way when I wanted it to. And after I took 2 losses on here, I had 3 losses, so I shut down for the day. But if I had one more attempt at it, honestly, the second trade I could have probably not taken, and then took this one that actually worked out. But yeah. So first it comes into 7533, which is the value area high level, 33, 34, and it forms a very nice 20 range delta divergence. So before that, it is kind of flirting with this 2-minute delta divergence here. So it does form a 2-minute delta divergence. It's forming a 2-minute or 20 range delta divergence here. I like it. I don't want to take it right away though. It's been a huge sell-off to start, and I wanted some sort of retest here. It's forming a CVD hidden divergence here, and then a 1-minute delta divergence. So I like that. But actually it doesn't end up like that. So it just ends up as positive delta and positive candle. And also 2-minute doesn't really end up as a delta divergence. So it was only 20 range at this point. So now, because it's very close to the lows here, I wanted some sort of retest back down, forming a CVD hidden divergence there, and then I could take it long. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for it to test like this area, 33 maybe, and for the CVD hidden divergence to form. It doesn't really form. There was a little bit of a retest here, but not enough for my liking. I wanted it more towards 33, form that CVD hidden divergence, and then I want to take it long, but of course that doesn't happen. It just rallies, just keeps rallying, essentially forever. So I'm still looking for some sort of pullback here, but now at this point it's like a 20-point rally. And so I'm still looking for some sort of pullback. I see that there is a 2-minute delta divergence here, another one forming here, kind of a B-shape forming there, and also 20 range, delta divergence there, starts forming CVD hidden divergence. So I kind of like it, and I enter a contract long with a stop over here. Very small stop. It was about 2-point stop. And because it was making that CVD hidden divergence. So I liked that. And I enter long. Maybe this was kind of a chase because I couldn't catch an entry here or anywhere in the middle. Maybe I should have just went in with that 20 range delta divergence. I don't know. I felt like I needed some sort of retest though because of this big sell-off. I don't know. Maybe it was the right decision to enter when it formed that 20 range delta divergence all the way back here. It would have been a 5-point stop, and that would have been my day, but I was waiting for some sort of retest and a bit more confirmation, so I guess I enter it here. Maybe it's a little bit of a chase, but seemed like it was doing okay, but not really. I mean, it formed a CVD hidden divergence bullish. It seemed like it was going up with more delta divergence, but comes back down and stops me out. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is the real pullback. I don't see too many good confirmations, but I see this B shape here. POC at the lows. It's forming a hammer candle on the 20 range, although it's no delta divergence or anything like that. It is a very nice CVD hidden divergence though. So I decided to try it out again, thinking maybe this is the proper pullback. And it's just one contract. Stop at the lows here. And kind of rallies for a little bit, but eventually comes back down after breaking the highs for a little bit. So yeah, it comes back down. And I'm now trying to see if it's holding this B shape again, because if it does, I want to enter another contract. So it seems like it's kind of bouncing off there. Another test back into that B shape, and it starts bouncing. It's kind of forming a B shape here. And what I was saying is that it's forming a hidden divergence again on CVD. Delta divergence there on the 1 minute also. 20 range delta divergence also. So I had more confirmations here. So I enter another contract, pretty much at the same entry. B shape here, POC at the lows now. So yeah, I thought it was going well. And I added another contract, broke the highs. Everything was good. And my target was up here at R1. And then second contract was at 80, 75.80, which is the supply zone. Because that was my thesis, that it would run to R1 and then to supply zone, which it currently is. But never quite got there. It got to about 2R, 2.3R. And then, so I had my stop at break even, and then it came back down to stop me out. So I thought maybe it would make a higher low and keep going, but that did not happen. And it comes back to stop me out. So now I'm looking for, I'm not really looking for anything. I was pretty much going to be done for the day, but then it came all the way back here to a value area high at the 33s again. So now I'm kind of looking at this to see maybe I can start looking at longs again. But I was unsure of this because it rallied up and then it rejected. But if it did form a double bottom here, I thought there was a good chance that it could rally back up, which it clearly did. So I'm looking at this. I see initially this bounce right at value area high. So, okay, I don't want to take this long yet. There's a delta divergence there too. Nice little B shape there. I don't want to take it yet because it's been such a huge sell-off, but I want to rally a little bit, retest back in, and form a CVD hidden divergence. And then I could take it long. So I was waiting for that, but then it started rallying, and I got very mad that it just gonna rally without me. Maybe that contributed to my entries too, but because of the last trade, the first one where I was looking to get in, but it just never pulled back and just rallied straight up. So now I'm looking for this. I kind of ignore this delta divergence here because it's at my level, and I don't know. I guess I wanted to long it. And then what happens is it forms a delta divergence on the 1 minute. It also forms a CVD hidden divergence. It's forming there. And then a 20 range delta divergence here. And then also on the 2 minute delta divergence forms. So exactly how I wanted it to. Goes up, comes back down, tests, holds, forms delta divergences, forms CVD hidden divergence, and then it rallies up. So it actually didn't really completely make a CVD hidden divergence, but at that point, I thought it was good. 20 range finished forming, and then there was about a minute left in the 2 minute, but it was forming a delta divergence. I thought it was good, but it doesn't finish as a delta divergence, the 2 minute, and it comes back down to stop me out. Now it breaks the lows, and then it forms another 20 range delta divergence, and it starts going back up. So I enter another contract, one contract. CVD hidden divergence clearly formed this time. It's wicking lower, but I didn't even have time to think about it because I got stopped out pretty much instantly. Right after I entered, it just came right back down. So now I'm all kinds of emotions going through. I'm very angry, frustrated. I already took 3 losses, so I said I should stop for the day. Probably not in the right mindset to do anything. So I shut down, and then I really want to go in long again. Still CVD hidden divergence. And then it forms this thing. So it comes back in, breaks the lows. So the context of this is that it broke the lows, the low of day here, and then it formed a RSI normal divergence, which is good. Buying imbalances came in, POC at the lows. There's a B shape here too. 1 minute delta divergence, CVD hidden divergence. I mean, confirmations were great. So I probably could have taken this. Ends up as a 20 range delta divergence also. Probably would have taken this if I didn't take 3 losses before. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have taken this one and taken this one instead. I thought this was decent. Maybe I should have waited for the 2 minute to close, but there's a minute left in that, so I thought it was a good retest and bounce, and so I entered. I mean, I don't think I have a problem with this. Maybe I have a problem with this one. Maybe that was a little bit of a kind of a FOMO entry, but I mean, this would have been perfect. And it did work out. So it goes all the way up. Rallies like crazy into H3, which probably would have been my target. And yeah, it's just very unfortunate. Yeah, probably should have been more patient. I don't know. The last few days haven't been the best. So there was that B shape right there with a PSC at the lows, just perfect. Retest back into it, bounce. Lovely confirmations. I just took too many losses before that. It just hasn't been, like, my plan has been working out. My thesis has been right. It's just these last couple days, I just can't get the execution part. Yeah, it's just, I'm not executing great. And I don't think it's anything, I mean, the trades itself look good, and I don't want to blame the market for this, but it looks good, and then it kind of stops me out and chops around before it eventually works out. And by that time, I don't take the eventually worked out setup. I basically ran out of ammunition, and then it works out without me. There was a chance where I could have probably taken a pullback here, 20 range delta divergence there, but again, I shut down for the day, so there was that. There was another, no, that was it. That was my my entry, pullback entry. Yeah. So I could have entered it on that pullback, 20 range delta divergence, but yeah, not much other than that. So yeah, worked out. It's going up towards H4 now. Just worked out without me.